Well, welcome to the 2017 off season, the beginning of the off season. And so I thought about what to do. Won the Super Bowl. Won the Super Bowl as the Falcons, so I achieved my goal of resurrecting a just permanently down franchise. Thought about what I'm going to do, and I think I'm going to take over the Cowboys again for a while. And what we're going to do is we're going to play the Pro Bowl. We're going to simulate it. I'm not going to play it. Fans to owner off-season mode? No. This is the NFC barely won. And we can see also the Cowboys didn't make the playoffs. They were 9-7. And the Giants made it instead. Don't know what was going on here. How the Cowboys had a losing season or whatever. Or not a losing season, but a 9-7 season. Down season. So what we're going to do is some of the stuff we got to do is go to like coach options, management. It's time to put this all back to CPU. So I'm going to do a lot of things this off season. So this might be a couple episodes of off season stuff, especially because I'm doing it for the first time. Want to do like, the rookie awareness boost, or the some algorithm that runs at the end of the season that you run it from an editor, and it helps alleviate the problem where rookies and second-year players don't advance in awareness like they're supposed to. Which I noticed, like all my a lot of my rookie players, their awareness was stuck. At least I think so. I might have to look back for some evidence on that. Anyway, so I'll run that, and then I'll take control of all 32 teams. We'll go through free agency and not sign anyone, which is kind of harsh, but we'll not sign anyone in free agency. Then we'll go to the draft. I'll let the teams control their own draft, but then they'll draft for positions that they actually have open. Then the computer will run their own draft. I'll draft for the Cowboys. Then, after the draft, we'll do the actual free agency, and then the teams can actually sign, it could be whatever players are on free agent market. Honestly, the salary cap's gotten rather large, so maybe we bring that down too. We'll see. Oh, and then we'll still run. I won't run the draft in the Madden AMP editor because I still have trouble loading it after I run it. But I'll still use that to scout players and build my draft board. All right, so now with that, we'll go save. My draft, yeah. Done, exit. We're good. Okay, so now to one of the Madden editors. We'll start with NZAs. I'm thinking here. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we'll load, of course, the file. Well, so if I bust the file somehow through all these edits, I can still load this one, which will have information about, we have won the Super Bowl in that save game. That was my backup. So it's good to make backups, by the way. And also, by the way, I've never busted a save game from the editor. I've actually saved and fixed problems that the computer put into save games. The save game editors have never broken my game. I have actually had to fix stuff using save game editors, like when a team didn't have enough guards because they had 5 kickers, stuff like that. Okay, so over here in franchise, I'll take control. Might have to click all of these. I was thinking, like, should I do this after the coach signing period? But okay, so what do I actually want to do? Here, let me close this. Let me reopen it. Let me see if it's this editor that has what I'm looking for. And what I'm looking for is a rookie. Should be under progression, so it's not this editor. Let's look at Madden AMP. So Madden Amp has the draft, like the tool I like to use for building my draft board. I think it might also have the tool I like to use for the CPU. Okay, that's CPU mini camps, which is great at mini camps. I don't think I do their fixed progression. So let me go to my third Madden editor. This one. Okay. All right, so this is what I'm talking about, the advanced awareness boost. This function grants awareness to young players at all positions, depending on the position. So this does help with like my offensive linemen sitting on the bench, not developing, stuff like that. I like to run it. It helps all the teams. Click it only once. I wish it would say it was running or not. I think you can tell it's running though because you can't move it. So some big long series of math. It's probably on one processor. It's not multi. When they wrote this is all still very commonly single-threaded stuff. Like a big spreadsheet, a very, very big spreadsheet. All right, so this is the progression that I put in here. There's still 5. I think there were always 5. However, it used to be, now maybe this is my fault why there's so much talent in the teams. That's funny. It used to be that 2 of them were in the playoffs. There was like a wild card in the Super Bowl. And that meant there was sort of an elite cutoff where these 2 teams were getting huge benefits. All right, so I'm going to redo it. We're only going to get 3 progressions. And I'll put it at the end here. And I wonder if we'll end up with a less talented NFL. We're gonna have to see. I bet there was some sort of talent inflation going on, and I wonder if that was leading to like all. I commented previously about every team in my NFL franchise having elite quarterbacks. I wonder if my progression periods had anything to do with that, because it used to be if you made the playoffs and these were still set like this. If you made the Super Bowl, your team got an even bigger boost than everybody else. So you already had a good team, and it was even getting better. If you made 2 Super Bowls, you were developing like a monopoly on that talent boost, and you would start pulling away from the rest of the NFL. Well, the way I said it, where there were 5 progression points, I thought that they were scaled by statistical production, but I'm not really sure. But I think that might have led to overall the whole NFL having a lot of talent. All right, so we did the awareness boost, and we're going to set the progression periods down to 3. Going to save. We're going to keep it on the Falcons for a minute. All right, save it all. So I did the awareness boost. That was the main thing I came out here. We're going to go back to Madden. At this point, well, close it. I like to close the app all the way, make sure it has no relationship with the save game still when I load it up in another, either when I need to reload it to make sure that I have a fresh copy of the information from the file itself.
Sports. It's in the game.
Or when another app's going to load it, such as Madden itself. I didn't bother loading the high-res stuff because we're going to mostly be using this interface. All right, so let's just take a look quickly, see what happened to the awareness. Well, this guy always had a good awareness, actually. I can't tell who's a rookie. This guy's a rookie. Awareness is 76. I don't know if it'll show up here or not. I played that center a lot. He was on the field a ton. So, well, his awareness went up by 2. Maybe that was the advanced awareness boost. Who knows? I don't know. But a 0-year player or a rookie player with an overall of 82 now, or maybe it always was 82. Anyway, very promising, very good player. Still, I won't be around to see him develop because I'm returning to the Cowboys. They've hired me back. Jerry Jones begged me, called me the prophet. There was no H, though. Somehow when he said prophet, the H just didn't come in. Just somehow it wasn't on his tongue. So I think he meant a different kind of prophet. So off season, yes. All right, so we're going to go to the signing coaches. You know what? Now that I think about it, what am I thinking about? What I want to do is, all right, all these guys retiring. Why is Wade Phillips won 3 Super Bowls in Dallas, and they just have no love for that. So let's save. And then I'm going to take control of the Cowboys. We're going to do the coach, all that stuff. Then when we get to free agency, I'll take control of all the teams. All right, so save, done, exit. Sure, save again. I don't think anything's broken yet, so let's go ahead and save here. Save a backup, done. Okay, so now, sure, this one. What? Why don't you quit? Yeah, okay. So there's another editor. I'll just use the other one. It doesn't normally have that error, so I'm not too worried about it. And I'm glad I saved a backup. Aren't we all? Well, I'm going to save it. Don't know what the effect of that will be. So it's saved. Close. I saved that other backup. We didn't mess with that file at all. Maybe we'll have a debugging session live on camera.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Watch everything die. Everything explode. What? Didn't change anything. Let me go back to the main menu. Do not save. I guess let's do can't believe this team would need an offensive coordinator. like people wouldn't be volunteering. I guess they got hired away, right? Let me see here. Let's go ahead and try one last other editor. Just to try it. I think we started there, right? you can't help but notice it's the same application error. It's probably that table access.dll file that is throwing the error. They all seem to use a related database interface, and Madden franchise file itself is some sort of encrypted, probably NoSQL database that has some sort of Microsoft standard. That's probably a bunch of interrelated GUIDs that are really ugly to reverse engineer in my experience. I'm just guessing that it's like that. All right, so where are we? Team editor? No. Franchise. Does this not have a franchise editor? One that can set ownership, that is. So I'm worried that I actually put the game in a bad spot by going to the coach session. Maybe I should have stopped at the Pro Bowl and changed it then. It's a funny thing to sort of blame, but I think being in the period where I'm supposed to sign coaches, is suboptimal. But let's see. We're going to try again with NZA. Let's take both. Unhandled exception has occurred in your application. Continue. Oops. Well, I just think this is not going to work, huh? Alright, so I might quit this recording and well, let's try progressing it past this coaching signing phase.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
That's too bad. Definitely wanted to hire whatever coach would be in Dallas. Alright, so for one more minute, I am still controlling the Atlanta Falcons stuff. Alright, offense. So you want good motivation. Maybe motivation's the most influential thing. This guy is terrible. Oh, what? He can coach running backs and that's it? He's like practically negative to quarterback. I think Trent Green was the offensive coordinator. Dude, what are you doing, Dallas? This guy? Bah. Oh, welcome back, Trent. I wish I could assign you to Dallas, but Dallas will put you later. Rich Bisaccia is actually having success now with the Raiders. I don't know if he'll be there after they, you know, because they got a new general manager. General managers get their own people. All right, so now we need a defensive coordinator. Well, at least he's... I like Derek Brooks. I think that is a good player to go. Well, let's see. If he can coach secondary, that's a major issue. These like position-specific players, they are usually laggard in like one of the random position. Like this guy's rated as being pretty good for the defensive line, but not very good for safeties. But let's get a guy that's okay for over here. Sir Willie McGinnis. What? No, you're my defensive coordinator, guy. Okay. Now advancing to the offseason. Gonna save. Let's see if I can change my destiny now. Alright, let's see if the Madden editor will work this time. Well, incidentally, I think this is the point where I actually need to control all teams. Let's see what happens if I hit save change right now, though. It didn't die. Franchise, no. Okay, now let's click them all. I know that other tool had a button to click it all, and since it's working now, it'll probably work then. All right, so my goal with this was to primarily go through free agency. Oh my God, do I have to set user sign for all the teams? I bet I do. Okay, we'll see how this goes. Save. All right, let's see what horror I have wrought inside the game.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Let's see how this explodes. It's going to be just like Star Trek. You'll hear me screaming. All right, let's see what team management does. Yeah, look at that. Right. Okay. I have to do some work. I don't know what this means. Oh, it starts with Falcons. I never do anything here. I don't know what it means to me. I don't know why. It's like always says 20 winning seasons. They had... is that all time or in the franchise mode? That number never seems to change. Also, I never know what to do with this, and my teams have never had a problem like signing coaches. All right, so I don't care about that. Retired players. I do like to scan this, especially to see the high overall players that are retiring. Man. Hard to believe a guy would retire when he's still like a 99 overall. It's like worth $2 million a year, right? Notice that both these guys are fullbacks. It's unbelievable that a right end would retire when they're still a 99 overall. To be honest, he's actually still dynamite. Dude, it's preposterous. At 39, they would say he has a speed of 87, agility 85, acceleration 80. Those are stupendous defensive end numbers. I mean, that's certainly a guy I would want on my team. And he's retiring. Another fullback. Troy Polamalu, quite a bit slower at this point in his career. Funny, he's quite a bit slower, but not Freeney. When Troy Polamalu was drafted in the combine, he ran a 4.3 40. 4.3. I mean, that's explosive, incredible speed. That's way faster than Dwight Freeney could ever hope to be. Dwight Freeney does have great speed as a defensive end, but it's preposterous that ultimately they would say like 39-year-old Dwight Freeney is faster on foot than 36-year-old Troy Polamalu, who Troy Polamalu has explosive speed, or certainly did when he was drafted. He gets slower as he ages, but so does Dwight Freeney. So, I mean, there's a lot of guys that play till they're 39 in franchise mode. I think maybe this is more he's injured for his career. Ouch. I guess 39 is the limit. I'm just guessing. But a lot of like real players, they don't seem to conform to the normal like Bob Sanders played till he was 36 in this world. Man, like two of those guys that were really great on Patriots offensive line are retiring. A lot of like real people from like this age of the NFL. I guess the game's like, nah, this season we have to like start unloading the folks that were really like, they don't want them to retire, I guess, because people feel some attachment to the people that played on their real team. So now here they are finally retiring after, gosh, what year is this? This is like 10 years of simulations. Man, I forgot that they even had career-ending injuries. I think that kind of sucks. I like to include injuries in the game because I think that makes attrition more interesting. And the interesting part of building a roster ultimately involves depth. If you don't have injuries, that part of depth that's interesting becomes less interesting. Steven Jackson played for the Cardinals late in his career here. Corey Webster played for the Giants' entire career. Man, this is a long bunch of lists, right? Mark Colombo. Yaman Figures. Dude's leaving on a high note, won a Super Bowl, and he's like, I'm out of here. Only thing they know about this guy is he's a first-round pick. He was in the league for 12 years, and he never got another flag other than being a first-round pick. Nick Collins? All right, so it's obviously the Cowboys are going to need some new secondary stuff. They got a lot slower in their secondary, didn't they? That's going to be some of the stuff I'm fixing. Now, what I expect, too, is the Cowboys' offensive line should be even better. They were all like first and second year players when I left. That was 4 years ago. Hopefully they didn't fail to re-sign those guys or something. I kind of think that they maybe did, that they got some bad player at right tackle. All right, so let's take a look at roster management. All right. Oh, I'm not going to re-sign a 31-year-old guy, restricted free agency. Broncos. How old is this guy? 31? No. Oh, is this like inviting me to release players? What do they have on their roster? He has 4 fumbles. Yeah, I'll release him. I'll do you a favor. Buccaneers. He has 4 fumbles and no other stats. No yards. Nothing. No way I'd release that guy. What's his speed? Does it come down? It came down a lot. It was 97 last season, and now it's 93. He's still a great safety. Maybe not the great kick blocker anymore because the speed came down. And he wasn't, a great safety. He has bad awareness, but a great speed for that position. He's fine there. Okay, this isn't too many choices, huh? Guess it wasn't that important to go through this. Alright, so here's restricted free agency. No, I'm not going to offer that guy. So they mostly did it on automatic. I need to go back to off-season schedule, menu, settings, coach off. See, I can't tell who's the head coach of what. Bengals, Bills, Chargers, Chiefs. Okay, yeah, this guy. Oh, damn it. Alright, so Cameron. That's not the worst choice, actually, for head coach for this team. User. Okay, I think I need to do that for everyone. Or something. Yeesh. Let me think here. Yeah, I want to be in charge of this for the most part. I want them to draft. Reorder depth chart. That'll ultimately be me. Okay, so what am I doing? Reorder depth chart and sign free agents are the main one? I'm kind of okay with the computer doing their own re-signing. They'll identify the guys that they want to keep on their roster. More worried about when they hit free agency and then filling up every hole on their roster. So I think I'll just set those two for all these teams. Let me make sure that sticks. I'm going to go back to Nolan. It does stick, okay. Dang it. So I intend to auto reorder basically. But I want to eliminate, I want to make sure that first round picks and high players with good potential, I need to make sure that they get on the field. I might assign them to like sub packages. That's usually my approach to that. Assign draft pick CPU. Yeah, all user for Cowboys. This is thrilling, I'm sure, but I want to see what my process is. I was wondering, maybe I never have to change this. I intend to largely use the auto reorder, And then I just want to fix some specific depth chart issues, basically at the end of the preseason. At the end of the preseason, I want to then go through and make sure that like promising young players at least get some spots and formations. And also I'm going to make sure that teams have fast enough cornerbacks. There were two good teams I played last year, the Panthers and the New England Patriots, that had cripplingly slow cornerbacks who were easily exploited for my victory. I don't feel too bad about it because I had to overcome some really good secondaries to get there. However, I'm going to make it so that it's just not so easy by making sure that the starting two cornerbacks have above 90 speed, if you can get them, if they're available in the market. Poor Jason Taylor. I think he's so much better than that. I bet he has great ratings on defense. But the Vikings are just buried. I was thinking of taking over the Vikings, and maybe I'll take over the Vikings and the Cowboys. But let's first take over the Cowboys, bring them up for 2017, patch them up, see what we can do after that. Alright, let's make sure that's saved real quick, since I just clicked away like that. Okay, now let's go to restricted free agency. Okay, I didn't mind the offers that they gave in this area. It's usually a pretty easy choice, I think, for the AI on what are good restricted free agents. I can't believe how many restricted free agents they have. Whatever, these guys are cheap. They won't really hurt their roster. There's almost like too many restricted free agents. Why are there so many? They're all guys entering their third year. But none of them are first round picks or something. I guess I don't know the rules regarding restricted free agency. This guy's, yeah, we should hold on to him. Alright, I don't really need to tab through all these, do I? Yes, I would hang on to him. He's your new star free safety. But that's my choice, right? He's now my new star free safety. With great field speed. He's not Price's field speed, but he's got some great stuff. Yeah. He's tall, very tall. In real life, that would be an enormously tall free safety. So the reason tall doesn't always work, tall people have a harder time changing their direction in real life. In real life, in practice, on the football field, if you got a really long frame, that's like more mass you have to whip around. taller cornerbacks can defend shorter cornerbacks can defend taller wide receivers because the cornerback just has to come between the ball and the player. And you're trying to use your height to get an advantage, but the cornerbacks can jump. And that actually does work a lot of times. And just being in the way of the wide receiver. Anyway, all that aside. So this guy in real life, I think almost too tall to actually be a free safety. If he has any catching at all, 68. Why wouldn't you make him like your 5th wide receiver in real life? His agility, he has everything except for catching. And even his catching's not that far behind a lot of wide receivers. In real life too, they tend to measure wide receiver hands and they have to be like 10 inches across or else you're more prone to drops. And that's probably where most good cornerbacks come from. They're just like, didn't have the hands to be a wide receiver. Anyway, I like this guy. I would definitely hope the Cowboys keep him. That's more like what Oakland offered this guy? No. Let me see who else is on this position. Of course I gotta match that. Yeah, I'm glad I did. That's definitely a guy I feel like I could build around. Yeah, George, he's continued to develop, and now he's pretty old. And I bet Marcus Ware's... Oh my god, he's still there. Yeah, dude, you are a leader. What are you talking about, readiest? Anthony Spencer and DeMarcus Ware still slugging it out, man. Brady James, you have to retire. Oh my god, he has to retire. If I signed him, I would just trade him. Alright, let's look at the Falcons. I'll help them out on my way out. Alright, so re-sign players. Alright, so here's the free agent market. What we're going to do is... what are we looking at? Oh, wait, okay, each team's own re-signing. I want to re-sign, I want the teams to re-sign their own players. Will be released. No, okay, so I want to do CPU re-sign for all of them. So I am curious though, since I chose to do that. Kind of wanted to do like the Cowboys one manually. Damn, that's a lot of 1 year, 1-1-1s. I wonder who I re-signed for Dallas and for the Falcons. There's probably news. Yeah, re-signed that free safety. Yeah, re-signed the halfback. Great. Alexander, he's Brady James, come on. That was a lot of players we re-signed. I don't think we really needed to do all that, dude. That was a lot. I probably should have taken a look at that beforehand. Alright, whatever. It's all good. We're going to live with it. Next year, next time I will do it myself. I will be a little more manual on the re-signings, especially for the teams I'm a caretaker of. Alright, this is the place where I wanted to skip it all. What's going on? Damn it. I must have missed the 49ers and Giants or something. That's hilarious. So the 49ers and Giants had exclusive access to the free agent market. That's so funny. I somehow missed the Giants and the 49ers, and they just went hog wild. Right? The Jaguars somehow too. Oi, that's too bad. There's probably plenty of good players left though. Like this guy. Jeez. Okay. Well, the Cowboys did some stuff I didn't want them to do. And DeMarcus Ware's too slow. There's $100 million in cap room. Oh my god. And that's also, there's no free agents. Take a look at a few teams here in the breakdown. Okay, so let's go ahead and save. Now we're on to the NFL draft. I always skip all that. So what we'll do is... I actually don't want to do any of that. We're going to go save, file save. So at this point, I'm not going to edit the file, but I am going to inspect it. And by inspect it, I mean I'm going to load it up in the Madden amp and have it simulate at least the draft scouting portion. So this will simulate the scouts. Also, I need to take a look at the Cowboys. Let's take a realistic assessment of what I want their roster to have. Alright, Corin Crockett's great. Backup is great backup. This guy exists. Alright, I still have a pretty elite wide receiver core, but there's only 4 of them. Why did you let there only be 4? You know? Olsen's still incredibly fast. Wow. Yeah, we're set at tight end, I think. Alright, these guys are starting to develop into like over 90s players really well. Alright, right tackle needs some help. For some reason, whatever star I used to have at right tackle is gone. Kevin Burnett is still just tearing it up. Marvin Sparks, yeah, I remember drafting him. Doing great. Alright, Brendan Sanders, also great. Boss Johnson, still there. Still doing great, yeah. It's incredible how old I am in my linebackers. Of course, I love Anthony Spencer, DeMarcus Ware, Brady James, but they're all very slow at this point. I need to definitely make room for over 80 speeds. I need speed, acceleration, agility, and ideally tackling and awareness all over 80. But you can take a player with the speed, agility, and if the acceleration's close enough, develops him. Where's his tackling? Come on. Totally missed it. 84. Okay. So the linebacking group in Dallas, I mean, I obviously developed a group of star linebackers in Atlanta. Need to return star power. Of course, these guys were stars. It's just they're at the end of their career, and they're going to be burned over and over again by their slowness if I put them out there too much. Now my one-time incredibly fast secondary is definitely slowed down. Chris Houston's still here as my fourth wide receiver. His awareness is finally up to 60. So it's like everyone has a 90, like this good enough awareness, but Chris Strong's the only guy that's like, I mean, everyone else is below the speed threshold now. They've all gotten to be too slow. So gotta add more speed to the cornerbacks. Free safety, I'm glad I hung on to this guy. Has the speed I want at that position. And still have Tom George. He's never been the fastest guy at the position, but he has sticky hands. He's always, I feel like, comes up with a disproportionate number of interceptions. But pretty much everywhere in the secondary can be faster. All the linebackers can be faster. Defensive ends. Wide receivers. I don't need star wide receivers, but I could use new young blood coming in because everyone's 29 or older. But I could definitely use 6 wide receivers because you want guys that are either developing or just better, more special teams coverage, kick returners. All right, this guy, this is too good. I like him as a halfback. Got a lot of tools. Can he catch? Yeah, catch of 80, very sufficient. Let's say 67 catch for this guy. So this guy's sufficient as a backup. That's what I'll call him. Sufficient. So the offense doesn't need a lot of work, but I would like more wide receivers. They don't have to be top talent wide receivers, but I would like some more with a lot of speed. If they don't have the best talent, I'd like them to have youth so I can develop them, but they could be from the free agent pool ultimately. All right, so I was actually looking at what we got on the Cowboys roster. So now let's go load that file up. Where am I? Over here. Okay, so now they have the Interdraft. I'm sorry. I didn't know what I forgot what it was called, but it's called Interdraft on that menu. Okay, so when I hit this button, this doesn't really start the draft. Okay, so draft class analysis, blah, blah, blah. It needs auto repair. Okay, it says use cancel. It says just to exit the draft. I don't get that. I'm not going to use auto repair though. I don't know why it always says that warning, but I like using this tool at this point. I don't know what it is about that it doesn't like these draft classes. Okay, so what I was talking about with the Cowboys is that the Cowboys have a lack of speed on defense, and their wide receivers are getting older too. But so for the entire draft, let's go ahead and make sure everyone is assigned something. Okay. So that's 314. Okay, let's just assign them a 1. Because, it's more important to have more knowledge about the players at the top of the draft. Okay, and then pretty much any defensive position. especially outside linebacker. That's pretty important to me. Middle linebacker. Maybe just all linebackers. Let's do all linebackers, set them to 3. So I have now 321 hours used out of 500 for this first wave of scouting. I felt okay at defensive back, but Tom George is getting old. So do I want to do defensive back or do I want to do cornerback? Is this just cornerback? I don't know. Okay, let's just do cornerback itself. All right, so that's 367. I wouldn't mind if I knew more about the corners. 390. Now let's look at safeties in general. So I've used 456 out of 500 hours. And tell me things about wide receivers. There's usually a lot of wide receivers, so I've used 498 hours. I don't really have many more hours left, so let's just randomly pick Tommy Maddox. Tommy Maddox. You will have 2 hours, and you will have 2 hours. So by spending hours, I'll get a more perceptive insight into the quality of their first and second skill, and our grade will be more informed by the players I spend more time looking at. And by putting an hour on everyone, I will at least get through the bullshit filter. Where sometimes, like, if there's a player in the 6th round that I didn't spend any hours examining, my scouts will have unrealistic representations of the qualities of their first and second skill. So I do like to spend some time on everyone, so I don't end up with some random, like, 6th round quarterback being evaluated as a 1st round pick. Okay, here we are. So they think there's 5 quarterbacks that are 1st round picks. I don't know. I think there's a disproportionate number of talented quarterbacks that come into the NFL in Madden. I don't know if they're really... I mean, that's a lot of QBs they just have at the top. It's kind of, I don't know, seems a lot. Okay, so back to focusing on defense. So now this is for the second wave of scouting. I guess let's go ahead and set them all in one again. So this way everyone will have at least 2 hours on them. And then for the linebacker specifically, I feel like the only place where I didn't really feel like I needed to make an upgrade on defense was at defensive tackle. Because I could at least use another defensive end. I had one defensive end that was in good shape. Okay, so I have like 26 more hours to put down. Right tackles. Okay, you will get 5 hours. Sure, you can have 5 hours also. All right, so okay, 500. So now this is the last part of the scouting. And now my board will be complete. Now I'll have the entire ranking up here. Still a lot of quarterbacks at the top. It's crazy, but I feel like the game actually produces a lot of quarterbacks that are like arm strength 95, arm accuracy 95, awareness 90, and that's like you know, it's the first game in the NFL. Okay, so now we are armed with primarily this aura grade. Helps guide me as to what linebackers are good, or not just linebackers, but you know, I mostly would want to look by position group at players near the top, because there is a correlation between how they're rated over here and approximately how they're rated inside the game's own draft board. All right, let's go to the draft.
Denver is now on the clock.
So I should just be the Cowboys.
Now on the clock.
Here we are.
Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, and you know what? Because I took control of it, it didn't offer me any trades. So that's very interesting. There were no trade offers, which is interesting to me because there's usually obscene trades in the draft. So that's kind of convenient. That was a convenient way to handle that. Okay, so let's look up Chiron Hackett. I did look at defensive ends, and I was worried, you know, one of my defensive ends just wasn't impressive enough. I put some hours on them at least, right? So my guys think Sean Hackett's good. They don't think he's a top 5 good, though. I incidentally put 5 hours on him, just randomly. So let's take a look at his relationship to other players, though, on this board. Let's see what all is available down here. So we got like Beckett, Logan. Now the Madden draft board obviously thinks Hackett's the best player that's still here, but I wonder if like Brandon Brooks, how does he rate? And he might not be. You know, I have a pretty good free safety, unfortunately. It doesn't look like any great cornerback options are going to be falling into my lap, does it? All right, so let's see what it says about B. Brooks. I'm going to have to look at safeties specifically. Does not like him. And calls him a 3rd round pick at best. Garrett Woodson. Eddie Sawyer. Now I'm picking 18th overall, right? So it's not like I have a whole lot of options. So I should recognize that. This guy does... No, I mean, these are such unrealistic shuttle numbers. Ridiculous. It's too bad. I would love to know, like... I would love to see them played out on the game. See how they turn in. Alright. Anyway, it's kind of looking like Sean Hackett. Natural draft pick. Let me just double check something. So actually, I mean, the only problem is that Kevin Burnett's older. He's still a very productive defensive end. So I wouldn't prioritize defensive end. Giving myself too much food for thought. In real life, they don't get this much time, right, at the draft.
Dallas
I
is
should
now
already have, like, my choice in mind. So I wish B. Brooks was a safety. Not rated very high. T. Strong. Let's take a look at him. Not in love. Ah, you went to Texas A&M. Gives me a bias already. All right, Ellen Morris. Probably the least dramatic draft ever. Sorry. Saving my homework till the end. What am I looking for? Do I not know how to spell this person's name? They're like Ernie Logan, T. Beckett, L. Morris. Sorry this is taking so long. Just consulting my draft board stuff. Okay, so seems like my scouts like Logan better than Beckett. They even list Beckett? Where the heck? Down here. They say he's a third rounder. Slower than Logan. Alright, and so Logan, they definitely have as a superior middle linebacker. And then let me look how it compares to right and left linebackers. L. Morse. Yeah, they're not a fan of L. Morse, so let's go with Logan. I definitely do need a good middle. Hopefully this guy's speed meets all my desires.
Dallas is now on the clock.
Alright, let's take a look at everything available. They say there's... Okay, A. Curry. Always good. Okay, so even though they're middle linebacker, they could still be a very good outside linebacker, for example. So, the fact that he's pretty far down this list is what's bad about Curry. My scouts do not like Curry. All right, so stay away. That's a big flag. Whoever I draft for my secondary, I want them to have good speed. 4.56 is not cutting it. Charlie Craig. Let's take a look. Thankfully, the weight of a player doesn't matter because 220 pounds is definitely not enough. My scouts don't love that guy either. I do like his speed though. So I don't even see Schultz on this list. If I scroll down. What am I not seeing? B. Schultz, right outside linebacker. There he is. Okay. They actually like him. They like him quite a bit. I think he's slow. It kind of makes me cringe. I wish I could compare him to like past draft players. Let's see here. He's a right outside linebacker with speed I don't love. Now, where would his speed fall among all linebackers? Towards the bottom. Huh. Okay, I don't love his speed. Like, I want guys towards the top of this list instead. So like this guy, Roscoe Carter. Let's keep an eye on him. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Did that say Charlie Gregg? So there was something about Charlie Gregg that I like. Let me see if that guy's still available. Second, third round pick. There. Okay, let's draft this guy.
Now on the clock, the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay, let's see if we can get some good speedy cornerbacks to start mixing in. Unless my scouts hate K. Burns. Let's go with that. At 7 strength, that's pathetic when he goes up to jam. Don't love that, but whatever. Well, they say he's a 4th round pick, which is about where I am. Third round pick. I'm in the 3rd round. Let's see, do my scouts like G. Mills better? Kalen Burns has Gregory Mills just slightly higher than him. And he's also very fast. In the Madden simulator, his 40 time is lower than that. But obviously, they think Kalen Burns is incredibly fast. All right, let's just go with what my scouts say. They think George Mills belongs in the 3rd round. And they think Kalen Mills belongs in like the 5th round. Did I get that right? What do they think Kalen Mills belongs in? George Mills, I mean. Kalen Burns, okay. They're saying Kalen is going to get hurt. Okay, so maybe that's the red flag to watch out for. Whatever. This is why I have scouts. I gotta trust them, right?
The Dallas Cowboys.
All right, so now we have some cornerbacks a little higher up. Man, there's some slow guys though. You know, I'm looking for speed. Oh, 1 second. Let's go ahead and get another cornerback. Jeez, okay, this is a lot of cornerbacks, right? So I had 3 there that I thought looked... The question was, like, these guys are slow. So I'm not interested in Baker, Clayton. But, okay, Bradford and Siegel. Let's see what they do. My team seems to like this dude. Bubba Bradford. And Siegel. They seem to like him even better. Maybe I should have paid more attention to this. So what I like about Bubba is he seems to be faster. This guy has more agility, though. Let's just trust what my scouts say. That's what did I pay them for, right? And the speed isn't that different. It's not like where this is a red flag, Madden saying to me, I mean, these are two different systems producing 40 times. All right, so what did I decide on? Bradford or Siegel? I forget. Sorry. Looks like we decided on Siegel.
Dallas is now on the clock.
There's like never been a right tackle that came to me in this draft. Unless this guy had like 39 bench reps. Does anyone have that many left? This is defensive tackle, huh? Well, I was just saying that I'm pretty good there. All right. I did scout right tackles, though, so let's just take a look at the right tackle position. And we're talking about Jensen. Jensen. Madden Draft Board doesn't love him. Say he'd be about a... My scouts love him. Yeah. My scouts. Let's listen to my scouts.
Now on the clock, the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, this is all still by strength. That's funny. All right, let's take a look at Milliard. So what'd that be? I have 6 cornerbacks already on the roster. Do we have any linebackers with speed still around? Who is this guy? Why does a middle linebacker have that kind of speed? I'm going to draft him right now. It's the 6th round. Who cares?
Dallas is now on the clock.
That guy had some freaky speed, so I went ahead and got him. Warren Ricks. Let's take a look at you real quick. I know this is the 7th round. We might as well indulge our CSI knowledge. Who's that guy? Hicks? Ricks? Warren Ricks. My scouts do think you're better than a 7th rounder. But they said Tony Romo was a 5th rounder, but they didn't even draft him. Not blazing 40 time, but he has that agility as revealed in the shuttle. Great vertical. Question is, like, do I have space on my roster? I do, because my roster cornerbacks have all gotten slow. So it might be a good idea to actually still draft more cornerback. All right, well, I think a kind of fast cornerback is more likely to impact my team than any other position at this point. Except for a kind of fast wide receiver. T. Anderson, too. Take a look at him. And then let's take a look at that wide receiver. So my scouts don't love T. Anderson as much as they like Ricks. That Wonderlic value pretty much means that they think Anderson's going to be slow to develop, to gain attributes. And then we're going to look at Sanders. Kendrick Sanders. They don't love him. Doesn't have very good hands. does have good speed and all that. But okay, I think I like that cornerback better. We'll go sign some undrafted free agents to be our 7th round. Dude, so Ricks. Okay, that was the draft. Quite successful. Go to the off-season schedule. Let's go to File, Save. All right. I think now that I have the depth of this, go ahead and put this in CPU. I guess because I put sign free agents as user, maybe it didn't have any drafting. I'm going to put them all back to CPU for now. Let's see if I can do this before the song's over. Alright, so I'm going to let the team sign their own draft picks, and then we'll actually hit the real free agency. Of course, as I probably mentioned, I think San Francisco and whoever already feasted San Francisco, that, you know, because there were only like, I missed 2 teams and they were able to get the first dibs on everyone. I don't think I'm going to beat this song. Where am I? Herm Edwards. Now we're going to keep Cam Cameron. How could his approval only be 86? He's like the greatest head coach that Atlanta's ever had now. Now that he won a Super Bowl in Atlanta, and his approval's only 86. They should like build a statue of him. Okay, so Scott Linehan. Totally missed him, and that's why the they had first dibs on the draft, or on the and John Gruden. Hey, it's Gruden with a low approval. Who could imagine? Anyway, I skipped Gruden and Linehan, and that's why they had first dibs, and Tomlin apparently. Yikes. That's why they all had first dibs on the free agency market. They went 6-10 after. Yeah, I would be mad at this coach. I think of 6. Wait, I don't get it. They lost to me in the NFC title game last year, so they must have hired a new coach. The other coach got hired away, and this guy has a lot to prove. He has a higher approval rating than Mark Holmgren, who just won the Super Bowl. Dope. Poor Jason Taylor. Taking over that bad team. Okay, done. Alright, so now I'll go to sign draft picks. Can you do this automatically? Go to the Cowboys. This is the only one I care about, right? So let's just do this team. Everybody has so much cap space. It's like nothing matters and nobody cares. Hopefully this guy has the speed. I'm giving him such a big signing bonus. Now I can lower that quite a bit through this. I'm trying to lower the big escalating hump that these salaries have. Actually, this is my chance to cancel. How can I auto sign? Let me see here. Let me go file save. We're gonna try to use that rookie wage cap thing. Alright, so they'll do this for all the draft picks. Now we're going to go down here and file. Save. Done. Okay, so we just saved. I want to make sure it's working, so let's advance today. Yeah, so a lot of people are signing people. Let's go back. What did I want to do? I want to go back to the main menu. Okay, so now we're going to close this. Go ahead and close that without saving any changes. And I think it's in Madden AMP. Alright, so we're going to do a couple things. Actually, now that I think about this, we're going to go make a copy of the file before I even edit it. Copy. V. There you go. Alright, so here's where we're going to go. Is it here? Oops, no, that was a mistake. Okay, so let's not this one. Oops. Check NZAs. I forget which of the Madden editors added this feature, so I'm sorry about that. Okay, not this one. And then let's go to the other Madden editor. Okay, this is what I was talking about. So we sign our rookies to dummy contracts and progress past rookie signings, so CPU teams also sign their rookie contracts, and then we apply this to the year. I honestly don't know what year. Is it 2017 or is it 2016? I actually don't see a place where it tells me what year it is. Let me try the owner's box. Okay, crud. Alright, let's go back to the main menu. I think it's 2017. I guess we'll find out the hard way. Actually, let's find something to compare it to. What we can do is... Done. Take a look at the Cowboys first round pick. Yeah, this guy's not a bad linebacker. This guy will definitely be really good. Hopefully his awareness catches up quickly, but the speed is totally there, and the agility, acceleration to be a great pass rushing threat. Alright, so what I wanted to see is, like, let's take a look at his contract. Is this guy a first round pick? Let me look at the middle linebackers. This guy was a first round pick. Okay, 31 million is the total contract. Speed's good, tackle's good, awareness, it'll get there. Agility, meh, is okay, but probably okay enough for a middle linebacker. Alright, so his contract was $31 million. Says it was applied. Let us go see. $16 million. Okay, so what they did is they actually applied a rookie wage scale, which I was curious about, and I always wanted to actually try it, and so I guess I see its effect. Thing is that I think all NFL teams, I'll take a cursory look at them. We'll go after free agency. After this free agency, I think we'll figure out what we can do in terms of cap room, because we have astronomical cap room, right? Wow. So my team's kind of bloated. We're going to need some new players. I have 2 punters. For whatever reason that is. Well, when in doubt, keep the younger guy. Neither of them have that great kick power anymore. So if they're lowly rated, I'll keep you if you at least have good speed, right? Don't love that speed for my outside linebackers. Oh, well, where was he drafted? Come on. One of these is supposed to say history. There. 6th round pick. Okay. It's that speed that makes me go cringe. And this guy's speed. Come on. We're going to trade you. Can I trade you for a 1st round pick? Okay, not yet, but I will. I gotta remake my defensive. I gotta remake this linebacker unit. Too many slow guys. This guy's the fastest of my slow guys. Wow. Alright, so after... Those guys can still be traded for value. So we'll address that in a little bit. Ugh. There's still more work to do in my linebacker group. Alright, I don't have to change anything here, but boy, I better sign these guys. We'll worry about that in a bit. I'm kind of looking for where I can go ditch some players. I have a first round pick center, and this guy's a center, and a quality backup center. So these are guys I want to trade. I mean, this guy's a fan favorite. Oh, Cowboys, why do you do this? This guy's not going to retire for like 6 more years, and he's like a fan favorite. So they'll boo me if I trade him. And he went to the Pro Bowl. What am I supposed to do with this guy? Okay, good. I still have a quality left tackle. Didn't get enough wide receivers. Still have enough speed, though. That's good. Alright, where are we? We still need to sign 2 more players. Okay, what I can do is take a cornerback and put them at safety for a while. Who's going? This guy is not going to make it with the speed threshold that I like, right? And this guy has been here forever. This guy's going to make it, though. This guy will be okay. But you, G. Mills, you're going to play free safety. You're actually still too slow for free safety, but you're good enough to be a backup. Yeah, he already has an 80 overall as a free safety. So that's a step up for him. That's good. Good for him. Oh, okay, it's back to the breakdown. We would need to sign a halfback. Okay, so let's go take a look at what's up in the free agency. Let's look for someone that can bust a big play through their speed. If such a guy exists, a rookie, for example, could do that. I actually like everything. His awareness is terrible, but I've obviously done a lot with bad awareness. Let's sign him for 3 years. don't know, speed like that, he could actually develop. And he's cheap as chips. He'll sit on my roster. I'll put him into a few key down and distances and leave it at that. Go ahead and advance the day. I'll be very curious to see what other sort of stuff is going on. But that guy signed with the Bears? Son of a beach. Dang it. I wonder why the Bears signed him and I didn't. Oh, these halfbacks suck. Alright, this guy, no. Alright, at this point, this guy's like a fine. 3 years? I don't think so. 1 year, buddy. Alright, lots of free agency news. What? They're going to steal this guy too? Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I'm the freaking Bears? I was doing that to myself. Wow. Oh well. That was a big mistake on my part. Competing against myself. Okay, let's go ahead and advance until this guy signs. So apparently this helps teams better manage their draft, getting players in and then filling up their roster with free agents. The computer doesn't misappropriate draft picks as much when it's handled in this way. Alright, so that guy signed with the Cowboys. And wait till all this stuff's picked over. I'm going to unload a bunch of players once the next season starts. People are signing their dozen kickers for whatever reason. Okay, so now this part is we're going to reorder some depth charts. Auto reorder depth chart, yes. Does that apply to everybody? So the real part of reordering the depth charts has to happen when we go to the regular season. When they assign all the crazy stuff. So let me see here. Can I trade for draft picks yet? Alright, so we can start trading for draft picks. Alright, so let me look at my middle linebackers. There are some problematic spots there. Like, can I... NFL... It's like, I don't want to remove him. My team loves him. However... I might be able to get a first-round pick. No, not mine. Hell yeah. You give me a second-round pick too? No. Okay. Okay, done. Okay, first off, let's go through some teams and clear out their crazy allotment of punters and kickers. Oh, they didn't? Let's take a look at their all. They have 10 tackles. They have 10 tackles and none of them are rated very low. That's interesting. Alright, I'll help you guys. Please. We'll keep that guy. I mean, they have like too many identical low-level tackles. Some of them are promising developers, but like this guy, that's the problem. I mean, this guy's great. So they just have all these guys that are just going to sit here being squandered. Let's take a look at right tackle before I release someone. Yeah, they got great right tackles, great left tackles. Alright, they're these... I suppose I could trade these guys for something, but I feel like I'm trading peanuts for peanuts. They're like never going to get their rookie player a chance to start. Because not only is this guy going to always start ahead of him for the 1 or 2 years he's here, then there's like all these other dudes. That's part of the stuff I'm going to fix. I'm going to address that. But not at this phase yet. I just wanted to clear out some of the sillier roster allotments that end up happening in this game. But maybe that happens later when they fill up their roster with, no. Alright, Mac McBriar's still really good. Yeah, we'll keep the young guy, come on. Alright, enough of that. Let's go ahead and go back to the trade. Not Kevin Burnett. But overall. I'm trying to think when I should shift back, but yeah, no, they would normally take this. You can tell by that arrow. Okay, what other middle linebacker do I want to shed? This guy. I don't know if that's promising. I don't think I can get a second round pick with this guy. feel like it's getting close, and it keeps hanging. Like one of these teams is gonna love this guy. They're like, not again. No thanks. I have in the past gone through and looked to see who had weak rosters at the spot that I could plant. The Falcons shouldn't trade for any linebackers. Giants were close. Interesting. Well, this might not work. I might have to settle for a third rounder. Ah, come on, Raiders. Rams. Alright, this obviously isn't working. Maybe. Not quite. Alright, they love him for a third round pick. Whatever. Alright, who do they have on their roster at the bottom? Who cares about them? Find another team. Alright, which teams did I clear out? I think I... Colts? Oops, on the move. I can't remember which teams I like. Okay, done. Let's look for obvious. Oh, they could definitely use another middle linebacker, actually. I want to see if they had a crazy number of punchers or kickers. Let's see the breakdown. I think their actual roster utilization is pretty sound, looking at this. 2 fullbacks. Let's take a look at that thought. Alright, this guy. No. I mean, at 63, he's never going to do anything. Player management. All right. All right, I got a lot of outside linebackers, but I didn't think they sucked. Okay, alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to file, save. Yes. Done. We're going to exit this franchise mode. So now what we do is we simulate CPU mini camps. Go here, close that, close that. I think that might be in this Madden editor. This is a hell of an off-season mode, isn't it? But I enjoy it. This is actually some fun paperwork. And, you know, people that like Madden probably like being draft nuts a little bit and examining NFL rosters. And there's a little bit of that in this. All right, so now we'll go down to franchise. I think it's in here. No, it's not in here. It's actually a drop-down. I remember that. So if I don't see it in here, probably in Madden AMP. Again, where am I? Alright, so now we simulate. Do you want to skip human-controlled teams? No. Okay, now file, save. Okay, so then back in here, we're going to skip to the minicamp. So reload that file. Alright, so skip training camp, yes. Just auto schedule this. We're going to simulate the preseason. We'll let them do all their roster battles. Alright, advance the regular season. I'm going to go down here and save. Alright, so now we're ready to do all the roster shuffling I was talking about. So we'll start at the top. Bears. Alright, depth chart. First off, auto reorder everything. So this guy wouldn't replace the starter, but he should be definitely getting some snaps. So, I guess I'm not sure about the most optimal way to do this. And I wonder if I should, I mean, for one thing, if I do substitutions, like it doesn't do the correct 3-4 for, Alright, yeah, so we want the rookie to get some snaps in there. I think he's okay enough to get some snaps, right? In this way, I'm basically making sure these guys get some playing time. Just want to look for rookies. Just like Brent Ballard, he needs to be out there getting snaps. Or so does T. Carrier. Oh, no, Ballard needs to be getting snaps. Oops. Man, I read about someone doing this sort of stuff on... Okay, let's look at halfbacks. For example, this rookie, yeah, he needs to get some snaps. He'll get a couple at halfback. Alright, do you have any particular rookie guards that we need to make sure get some snaps? That guy's 34. So we'll make sure this guy gets a couple snaps there. This will ensure at the end of the season they've had some playing time. Sean Taylor, wow. Still in the league. So I don't know if I'll keep recording this. It probably seems pretty boring. To be fair, it is kind of. Alright, they're doing a good job at least getting enough young players playing. Man, they love right outside linebackers lining up a defensive end, don't they? Alright, done. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and stop recording. I'll probably pick this up and try to finish it. It's pretty meticulous and dull, to be honest. And I forgot to check, make sure that their depth chart has good positioning for their cornerbacks. We can do that from here. It's like this guy needs to be lower on the list. Let's just start by putting Marsh second. V. Evans can take over. Right, that'll produce or reduce the most obvious dangers that they present. At least like their most, such a vulnerability, having a very slow guy. This guy's speed is now 75, so he's very vulnerable. Okay, I'll go ahead and save, wrap up the episode, and see if I can find a faster way to do this. I'll talk to you later. Bye.